Hey everybody, it's Mark from Mark's Basement Arcade. I don't know what's going on with my OBS today, but it says I'm really straining my computer, so I think we're going to have some issues where it's going to start going like that, locking up or something. Arby's. My buddy Ryan, TurboGrafx17, streamed on Friday on Buffalo Pinball last week, and he had a meat mountain sandwich from Arby's. So I had to get one, and my other computer is just going crazy. There we go. So anyways, yeah, for some reason it says OBS is straining my computer. I have no idea why. The only thing I can think is I have a USB port that I have attached into the computer to split some of the signal. But I could have swore I had that on there before. Maybe not. So anyways, today I'm streaming today, and I'll stream tomorrow. This Lucky 7 got to get done. I figured I'm going to be working on it today. Why not work on it with you guys? Hopefully that's working. There we go. There's a playfield. What we're going to do on a playfield is rebuild a couple of things. What we need to do, everything needs to be rebuilt. I got to go through everything, clean everything. So I figured out, why not do it with you guys? And right there's my link if anybody wants to check out my YouTube page. Feel free to like and subscribe if you want. And while we're here, there you go. That's MGC, which is the page you're watching, tvMGC. Go check out the Midwest Gaming Classic. A lot of interesting news has been released lately about it. So go on there, check it out, buy your tickets, November 5th through the 7th, 2021. Downtown Milwaukee at the Wisconsin Center, I believe the name is. The name has changed a couple times. It used to be the Midwest Express Center, I believe. And I want to see if this works. I can't remember if it worked last time. Hey, it works if you're in chat. There's a link there too. If you're Amazon Prime member and you like to subscribe to things, you can use that, and that gives you a free subscription to tvMGC. So we're going to do, pull out my desk here and try not to spill my soda. Get this out of the way. Put that there. We're going to get you, so you can see me working and fumbling around. I'm going to try to chat with you guys as much as possible. I hope everybody can hear me. If somebody could just say, I hear you, it would be awesome. It looks like you guys can hear me. But if you can't, please let me know. Alright, I need some stuff here. Okay. I don't have anything ready for what I'm doing, so I figured I'd just wing this as I normally do. What we need to do here is we got to rebuild these real assemblies, the pop bumpers, drop targets, all the lights. I can see we got a busted light right here. We got another busted light right here. So we're going to be putting some sockets on. I am surprised we haven't blown any bulbs. And there's another broken one. And there's another broken one. And another broken one. I don't know if I have these. So I may be ordering parts. I don't think I have these weird 3 sockets. In fact, I know I don't. Alright. We will have to count how many are bad and order some. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9 so far. Jeez. Okay, good. You can hear me. Thank you. All right. So we do have some bad parts, and I do not think I have these types of sockets. Let me look. I don't think I do. Okay, these are bulbs. We will need these. So I'll put them there. Heat shrink, post rebuild, pop bumper, coil stuff. There's my lamp sockets. Like I said, I don't believe I have these weird ones. That's what happens when you order parts and you don't know what you got. So, alright. I might as well just put that down there. I've never had these sockets fail before. I've never seen them fail. So we will be ordering some. And I can't even put this machine back together with these, because like I said, I can't believe they haven't blown a fuse. So it just must have been super lucky on them. I think I'm just going to replace them all just to be safe. Some of them are good though, and they have to be these special ones because they're all diode and controlled. So let's count them again. Is my CPU still going crazy? Yeah. Okay, we got loose, I am just going to replace them all. You know, just to be safe. Alright. Another parts order. I was hoping to get this machine done quick, just because there isn't much left of it. It's just really this playfield. So I'm just going to order new ones. So we got 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. 21 sockets. 22. Because they're all just a little bit loose. And for a little bit loose now, they're going to go crazy loose eventually later on and have issues. So instead of having issues now, they may have them later, and we don't want any issues at all with this, so we will order new ones. I have regular replacements here, but not those weird 3-pronged ones. So I hope they have them in stock. Alright, so what we need to do first now is we need to get these pop bumper bodies off, and I need to desolder the lugs for the lights and get those cleaned. I believe it's this we need. Yep. Here's a pop. We're doing the pop bumpers first. And these are some long nuts. I wonder if there's going to be any spacers on here. Sometimes there's washers on them, sometimes there's not. I found both. So if any, oh, there are some washers, I can feel them underneath. If any of you guys are new here, my name is Mark. I normally stream on Sundays, but like I said, this is a customer game. I have to work on it anyways. So that's got to get polished too. So I figured, well, where did I put the Lucky 7 parts versus my, what do you call it, parts? There's Lucky 7 there. Are all the parts here? Okay, this is that's parts. Okay, they're here then. I'm just talking to myself. I have to keep the parts separate for the games. Where's my table? Your head's all screwed up today, Mark. I am looking for my little soldering table. I had a party here and I cleaned up everything. Excuse me. And I put stuff away or out of the way, and I don't remember bringing that back out. So I am looking for my little table. Where the hell would it go? Wow, how can you lose that? I had my, yeah, I did put it away. Did I put it in here? Yep. I thought I put it in there. There we go. I found it. I had my party and I had to put everything, a single thing I had away. And then now I'm all discombobulated. I don't know where nothing is. Alright. Let's put this over here. We're going to use it over here anyways. This is my Horseshoe soldering iron. Horseshoe as in taco. Alright. what will I need out of it? I'll need the solder. I may need flux. I doubt it. Let's use up that old solder first. I'll put you over there. Alright, so we're back. I'm hoping that video hasn't been choppy at all. So that's all off. So I can take this. What we're going to do is every single mech that's on here, which isn't really a lot, but I am rebuilding them and cleaning them. I will be going through and putting coil sleeves in everything. So in order to do that, I have to take these pop bumper assemblies off to do that. And let's get my little screwdriver. And if you're here tomorrow I'll be streaming some Williams Spanish Eyes. Okay, that's loose. And that's loose. And I left it screwed down, didn't I? Of course you did. Yes, you did. Alright. Well, that answers that question. So you're gonna maybe see me do some crazy acrobatic moves where I go crawl underneath the table with a screwdriver and unscrew these pop bumper bodies so I can throw them in the ultrasonic cleaner to get them cleaned. See, these have no washers on them. That one has one. Okay, we got to replace one washer then. Let's go over there. I have some polishing to do on this anyway, so it isn't too bad that I need to do order parts, but still, that's a whole nother week of waiting for parts that I didn't want to. Hey, what's up? Working on the game. I don't know if you were at the beginning. All these lights are all falling apart. I did not see that these are all falling apart. You can see they're all loose. I'm gonna have to order all new bulb sockets. Yeah, that just fell apart. That's not supposed to happen. The bulb sockets are bad. They're all loose and falling apart. So I'm just gonna replace every single one of them. There's 21 sockets here because they're all falling apart and getting loose, and I don't want them later on, you know, a year, maybe 2 years or whatever down the road, them falling apart. So I'm just gonna order new ones just to be safe. These are bad, and then some of these right here, some of these are bad too. So I'm just like, you know what, we'll just put brand new ones on there. They'll never have to be worried about again. Yeah, there was a washer missing on that one. Yeah, it means somebody was in there at one time working on that pop bumper and didn't put it back together properly. What I'm doing right now is taking the rest of the pop bumper assembly off the play field. I thought I had unscrewed them, but apparently I didn't. So now I'm going to be crawling underneath the play field. You'll probably be able to see me on this camera right here. I need to crawl under there and take the 2 screws out, because I thought I did that the other day, and apparently I didn't. And the screwdriver is not the right size. Okay. This one will work. And I don't want to flip the playfield back over and mess with everything I'm working on right now. So I'll just lay underneath here and take out these 4 screws. Here's one. You can see the screwdriver, you can see where I'm at. And these I'll go throw an ultrasonic cleaner and get them clean. There's one off. I thought I loosened these up, but I guess I didn't. And one more screw. And this should be out. Thank goodness for magnetized screwdrivers. Alright, I got crud falling all over me. Yuck! Alright. There's the screws. Alright. Pop bumpers off, which are in really good shape. That's why I think that's why I didn't take them off, because they just need to be cleaned. So we will put brand new sockets in here. And with all my pop bumpers, regardless, I put LEDs in them. One is because the pop bumpers don't rot out, which these are in really good condition, which is surprisingly, because they look original. They don't need to be replaced, but I put LED bulbs in them because there's no heat. And well, she's doing a blender again, and then we'll put new sockets in there, so we'll throw those over here, get them out of the way. Alright, and then we will rebuild these when we put the pop bumpers back together, but we will take this apart right now, and we get a bulb stuck to it. Oh, what I had from Arby's was a meat mountain, which is a secret menu item that is not on their regular menu. It is, you know how Arby's says we got the meats? Well, just picture every single type of meat that Arby's sells and put it on one sandwich. That is what a meat mountain is. I have a picture of it. Oh, I gotta lock that on. I'm downstairs and I got my Wi-Fi turned off upstairs, and my phone is still trying to hook onto my Wi-Fi upstairs. As soon as that, there we go. That is a meat mountain sandwich. And my buddy Ryan at TurboGrafx7, he's on Twitch. He had one 2 weeks ago on his stream on Buffalo Pinball. And I had to get one after that because it looks so good. Alright, we got that apart. Let's get a towel. Let's get my nappa. Let's get pinball coil sleeves. Oops. We will put them over here on Baywatch. I guess we'll just get one at a time. Here's your coil. This is what gets pulled up and down inside. Look at that, it came out real easy. And somebody oiled it at one time. Years ago, people would oil these things because they were sticky or not working good. So they would oil them. But no oil goes on these. Not one drop. Alright. That's clean. This we will take apart. Yeah, I'll see my fingers are getting black. It's the oil. See, it's all black. There's oil on it. It was just a common thing. What dealers did, these machines had a life expectancy of 7 years max. That's what they thought these things would do. So they figure after 7 years, nobody wanted to play the game anymore. So they built them to last 7 years. You can see that they way overbuilt these machines. So what they would do when they would screw up a little bit, they knew they weren't going to be in service forever, so they did what they did to keep them going. And a lot of times they would just spray some lubricant on parts just to get them going, because they didn't care. As long as the machine kept earning quarters, they didn't care. And then when it came time to sell them, they would sell them as is. And a lot of times they were filled with oil like this one. Alright. That mech is all clean. And we'll clean the spoon. Good thing about this, I won't have to take the spoon off. This is the spoon. This is what on the pop bumper hits this. This triggers this switch, which fires this coil and pulls that down. And that's where you get your points from. Pop bumper action fun 101. Alrighty then. This will go down through here like that. That's got a brand new sleeve in it now. This. This will go like that. This will go like that. That will go like that. In such a long time. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. That's a new song I'm writing. Now that is all nice and clean and fluid moving. That will go like that. This will go back in there. And then we will take our 2 screws. Put them back in here. Like that. I will pinch it tight like this with my hand to keep this assembly not sloppy. And we will tighten these screws back up. That is one pop bumper rebuilt. That, what I will do, since we, well, what I will do this. Yes, here we go. Get that out of the way. This is my cleaning tool. This we use for cleaning the sockets. Now, since I don't have the what do you call it, the units cleaned right now, I am just gonna hold it down with one screw till I can get those pop bumper bodies cleaned. And this will keep this from flopping around, so later on I can pop the playfield off, flip it over, and clean it better. All these. Plus I have to take those pop bumper skirts and I have to polish them. What are we going to use? Do I have any more of those bowls? Oh, this is perfect. There we go. I have to polish all these. These are your pop bumper parts. These are what, when you hit the pop bumper, these fly down like that, and this is what smacks the ball across the field. These I polish, and they need to get polished before I can put them back together. So what we're going to do is rebuild the mechs, and then we'll put them back together. And then once we got all the parts, and then we put them back together the rest of the way. The final way. I'm just cleaning the spoons out right now, getting any grease or dirt off of them. And then I'll put these in a different spot. I'll put them down there. Those are the contacts right there that I'm cleaning. I clean those off. That way you're guaranteed a perfect hit from the target. When it hits and registers, it will be a perfect register every time. I figure they probably haven't been cleaned since the machine was new. So we'll clean them. And here's the old gunky greasy sleeve. That's garbage. This is just naphtha. Naphtha, also known as lighter fluid. This part that I'm cleaning here is not necessary, but since I'm taking it apart, it's going to get cleaned. But this is necessary right here. cleaning coil off and making it look pretty is just to make it look pretty. So if any of you guys are new here, there's my YouTube channel. Please click on it if you can and like and subscribe. I'd appreciate it. And also, there's the Midwest Gaming Classics link. Go check them out. It's November 5th through the 7th, 2021, and it is all about gaming. Not just regular gaming, card gaming, computer gaming, console gaming, pinball gaming, video gaming, tournaments, Magic the Gathering, anything to do with anything with gaming, you will find at MGC. They are the largest gaming. What was that? I thought I heard a clunk. Maybe we got ghosts in here. They're the largest gaming event like this in the United States. So be there. You will not regret it. Every single thing you will see there will be on free play. So if you like pinball, probably you do. You're watching me. This is a Williams Lucky 7. It's like one of their first solid state games. It is so EM still. These are basically EM score reels that have been adapted to act like a slot machine on a playfield. It still uses the EM chime box. So there's 4 chimes, tens, thousands, tens, hundreds, thousands, and 10,000s. So you get the bing, da bang, bada bang, bing, bing. Still, there's no electronic sounds in this pinball machine. The only thing that's really electronic is the computer and the displays. So it is very EM. It's that fine borderline. All these mechs that are on here are basically EM mechs. But they do use them in solid states too. So anyways, yeah, check out the On Gaming Classic. This will go here. This will go here. Like I said, when I'm rebuilding them, you might as well just take all this stuff and clean it. I think I had too much soda today. That goes like that. Come on. What are... You are twisted. Shame on you. There we go. Okay. You know what really, really sucks? It looks like I'm never going to get a chance to refurb a Raza. So, since Deeproot is just knee deep in something right now, we're never going to see the Raza games. Alright, that's clean. That will go. Come on. Why are you fighting me? something is holding you back. But there is nothing. And we will put one nut on here. This way we can flip it over. And the mech won't fall apart. I love these new Marco screwdrivers I got. They're hollow on the end here. I don't know if you can kind of see that really good, but it allows the screw to actually go down into the shaft of here, so I can tighten everything up real super nice. Alright, let's skip these and we're going to go to this reel here, because this one has the bad coil on it, which is right here. But the thing that's screwed up is the manual says to put this coil in it, so this coil must have failed at one time. So they did what was right. They replaced it with the coil what the manual says. However, it's different than these coils. And what I noticed after getting the computer rebuilt on this game and testing it, this would just wiggle like this just a little bit. This wasn't pulling in hard enough to actually spin the reel, which it should like that. It was just pulling in a little bit. I'm like, well, why isn't it doing that? And I looked and I noticed these three coils are different. So after brainstorming and making a post up, somebody had posted a correction in a manual that shows we screwed up, do not use this coil, use this coil instead. So we got this brand new coil. Actually, I bought this a while ago for something else. I didn't need it, so I had it sitting in a bag, but this machine needs it, so we're putting it on this machine. Score reels. Let's get a little something so I don't knock all the pieces all over. I do need my other screwdrivers to do this. I call them score reels because that's what it really is. This is a score reel mechanism. There is nothing different about this from any other game. It's a score reel. So I'm going to treat it as a score reel, even though this is like a slot machine type reel. Let's put all my parts right here away from where we're working. Now these three screws right here will come out. Can I zoom you in a little bit? There. These screws will come out here. I'm going to end up hand cleaning all this, because I don't feel like taking all this apart and running it through an ultrasonic cleaner for just three pieces. Well, 3 reels. Normally I would, because with a pinball machine I'm normally doing more than 1 reel. And these I can't clean, which is a shame because this is paper. I will try to. No, I can't. I'm not even going to mess with them. It's paper. And the more I mess with it, the worse those are going to get. So we are not even going to try to clean them. But all this we will. Taking off these springs and putting them over here. Now these pieces are some of the tiniest little C-clips that come off. And this piece will lift right out, which is nice. There's no dirtiness on it. This. We will take this off and this off. These are sometimes normally caked in grease from them having issues, and then the people that used to route these machines would just slather them in grease to keep them working. But we are not doing that. Some on there. This is nasty. And this right here, this is the horseshoe on the back of it. This is what lets the game know what's going on. Really with this reel, the game does not know or care what's on this. What it does do, it makes this point and this point contact certain points on here. And you can see how they're all wrapped around here like this. When this goes around here and touches the contacts, that is what lets the computer know where this is. This is keyed. I don't know if you can see that. There's a notch right here, and then there's a notch in there. Those go together, which makes this turn as one unit. It locks together. If I put it like this, you can see it will spin until it falls into that notch, which is right about here. There. Now it's one unit. And that's how the machine determines where this is at, which is pretty genius. Let's put that all over there. We're going to get this coil off. We're going to put a new sleeve in it. We're going to make sure all these wires are on there good, which they seem to be on perfect. We're going to get this coil out, put that new one in, and we'll solder it in. I'll put these screws right here because they're going right back in. Alright, that will come off there. And this will just slide out if it wants to. Okay. I'll go like that. And what is holding us back? Yeah, that's nice, these screws. They're just long enough to grab onto the coil. I guess you know what I should do. That's what we're going to do instead. No, I guess not. It's too far apart already. I will take off the back next time to change this. That goes like that. So we'll put these screws back in there. Well, actually, let's wipe that off first. I guess that was good that we took it apart like that. So here's my thought on these games. I know a lot of people that think I go a little bit too far on rebuilding these games, because I know a lot of people out there are be like, Mark, this game is working, fix what's broke and get it out. And I know a lot of people do that. However, I refurbish these old games, and when you refurbish something, you do go through and clean every mech, readjust everything if needed, and just generally clean everything. That's what I'm doing. So like technically these mechs work perfectly. What I could have just did is put the new coil on here and been done. And it probably would work forever. But I'm offering a refurbishing service, so I am taking your machine apart piece by piece, and we're going to clean everything fully and then put it back together. And you know what? This machine should play flawlessly for another 40 years easily. Error free. The computer has been bulletproofed. It's been upgraded to a System 4. It was a System 3 and now it's been upgraded to a System 4. So it's got better functionality and will work better. So everything that's been wore out on this game, I am fixing. Just like these bulb sockets, some of them are a little screwed up. So we're just going to replace them all because 95% of them are bad. Alright, I need my Q-tips. So that's why we're rebuilding these things, and this is why I'm showing you why we're rebuilding them. Because let's say if you do have this mech on your machine, and if it is screwed up, now you have seen me take it apart and rebuild it. And now you know how to rebuild it yourself. So that's why I do what I do. And it's just about being, you know, proud of what you do, and that's what I am. So yeah, I might go a little bit over on rebuilding things, but I put a lot of detail into what I do, and I want my name to be out there as like, oh, Mark's Basement Arcade rebuild that? Yes, exactly. It's like car detailing. You know, you can clean the outside of a car and it looks good. But when you get, you know, like, use a Q-tip. Actually, I should have backed up a little bit on some of the stuff you probably couldn't see me do. It's just like using a Q-tip and getting into your vents and cleaning the dust out and doing all that stuff is that next level. So yeah, we are cleaning this whole pinball machine. That's why I don't know if I posted any pictures, but this playfield, here's all the plastics for the playfield. These are all the posts. These are all the posts. They went through the ultrasonic cleaner last night. I didn't have to do that. These were, you know, pretty clean as it is. There was nothing wrong with them. I could have just left them on there, but these went into the ultrasonic cleaner last night, got cleaned. These are all the pinball plastics. These, yes, are still filthy. I still have to clean them. But these will get all hand cleaned and polished and then put back on the machine. This does not make the machine work better. If I clean this, the machine, it doesn't affect any gameplay, but it affects the beauty of the machine. When I clean this and get it all polished and looking brand new again, that is, it's just, it's like popping the hood on a car and I'm seeing a fully detailed clean engine instead of an engine that's got grease and dust and dirt all over it. It's like buying a new car. I am a high-end used car lot that's specializing in giving you like a close to his brand new machine again. So that's my philosophy on this. Yeah, you could have got away with like cleaning a couple little things on here, but this is where I go the extra distance. And this is why I got a wait list right now on games. And I usually have a no haggle. People, once I tell them and show them what I do, they usually don't even haggle with me on any repairs. You know, like on cleaning and stuff like this. When I always tell them to go look at my channel first and then see what I do. And then if you want to continue, we can go further on cleaning your machine. And once they see how far I tear everything apart, they're like, wow, I understand why. And I think my prices are very reasonable for what I do. It is actually cheaper to buy a machine off me than have one cleaned and gone through. Right now is this is the plunger that goes in and out of the coil. It was dirty, gritty. It has thin layer of rust on it. Rust, as you know, isn't smooth. So this will ride inside the coil sleeve. And by me polishing this and get it all clean again, it will ride smoother in the coil sleeve. And it will just be a better action on the machine. Alright, let's see if we can clean this off a little bit. This by being dirty here, it's not really affecting any gameplay. It will still work good dirty. But normally I would drop this in ultrasonic cleaner. But it doesn't. For a couple pieces here, I'm not gonna. I'll just hand clean them. So I'll do my best to get them as clean as I can with my hands. Ultrasonic cleaning, it will add another hour or so to cleaning this machine, just for a couple parts. I'll spend the same amount of time on hand cleaning them. Alright, I believe that's clean. Let's get on this piece. This piece does not need to be cleaned. It serves no function to hold except for holding the reel in the holder. But I'm there, so we're cleaning it. Same with this piece. This is just something you use once. You use it to take the reel out and to put the reel in. It has no function otherwise. Alright, we got this apart. Let's get a little super lube. This just ensures a little better contact on these points here. I only use it on metal to metal, and that's it. This is like a dielectric PTFE multi-purpose synthetic. Everybody's using this that does pinballs. Now since I got that on there, I will wipe any excess off, and it's just going to have an ultra thin layer. It's just on these contacts here where it rides. Alright, new coil. Let's throw this bag over here. Did I clean this off? I probably didn't. It doesn't feel like I did. Just like this. This doesn't need to be clean. It just holds a coil on. But clean it up as best as you can. Yeah, I could polish it, but then if I polished all this stuff, it would probably cost about $1,500 to do this machine. And no, it's overkill. I don't restore the games. I have a couple people that I know that do restore pinball machines, and that's if you want it brand new again. I want it to work as brand new as possible. So I'm just going to clean everything. I'm not polishing. I'm polishing what needs to be polished. If it needs a polish on it, it's getting a polish. If it needs a clean, it's getting a clean. And these parts just need to be cleaned. Okay. This is a B126-800. The only thing I have to do is I have to add a diode to it to make it function properly. Now we'll go like that. We'll put these screws in first. A diode is a think of it as it's a one-way street. Cars can only go down that street one way, and that's what a diode is. Because these coils, current can flow through both lugs on this coil, and if you put a diode on it, it only lets the current flow one way. And that's how these solid-state machines work with the switch matrix. You only want your power to flow one way, and a diode, it keeps it going one way. These need to be tight, but they got lock nuts on it, so they don't have to be that tight. Alright. This will go in like that. So I want to put this coil back in the same way that the other one was originally. Originally, they put it in like this. And that's how it was in there. I am going to put it back in like this, the way these other ones go. Yeah, it'll go on like that. And then these screws will go back into here. If I can find the holes. There we go. I was pushing it too hard. There we go. Let's loosen these up. Like I said, this reel worked perfectly. There was no need to, you know, take it all apart. But I refurbished, so I am taking it all apart. I have to do it on all three of these. But there's a time limit to my show. Well, there's not really a time limit. It's just, do you want to watch me rebuild 3 of these, or we rebuild one, and then we go and do another mech, and then we rebuild another mech? I like it like that a little bit more, where I just do one at a time, because it's not that boring then. It's like, oh, okay, we're going to go to one. These are just so easy right here. I just did both of them right away. But this is a lot more time taking. And these, I want to make sure these act as a spring. You can see that they got a spring to them. These, when I push them down, I want to make sure that they got that little bounce to them. Because that makes the contact work properly. Yeah, that's got to go down first. This will go like that. This goes like that. This goes like that. And there we go. These. Okay, there we go. It disappeared right in front of my eyes. These go into there. Like I said, now these got lock washers on them, so I just got to tighten them down and then snug them. This bracket is this rod right here. It just locks it into that and holds this together. Now we have one little piece. Where did I knock it to? If not, I'm going to have to go out into my parts and get another one. Where did it go? Where did I knock it? That's the piece that I thought I heard. Okay. Where did it go? I will find it eventually. It can only go so far. I knew you were right out in plain sight. Oh, duh. Clean it off. I have tons of these reels, so if I lose parts, which I have done before because they're so small and they're very colorless, and if you can see my carpet, well, I don't know if you can see my carpet is the same color, so I always lose stuff on occasion. Well, not always, I should say, but I lose stuff on occasion. So I go into my parts, and then I get a replacement piece, and then later on, I find them. All right, that goes there. Let's put the clip on that one first. Yes, these little buggers right here, those clips, those are the ones you never find. Those clips you never find when you lose them. I don't think I've found many of them that I've lost. Alright. That. We got the spring here. Goes like that. And goes there. The spring goes from here to there. And this is what does the you can see how the reel, it makes the reel turn. That's what that does. There's usually another one on here for the other parts of the reel. There would be a end of, well, not, it's like an end of stroke switch. There'd be another cam that goes underneath this and goes onto that, and then there'd be a switch over here if this was an EM game, and it would tell it what to do. But since this is a solid state game, it's not needed. Now we got a little tab. It's kind of hard to see. There we go. You can see a little tab right here. That little tab is going to go into the notch that's on the reel. And that will tell the machine what it's really on. if you want to think of it that route. And that goes on like this. Well, let's put those screws in first. We'll lock these two together. And this game does not need a flipper rebuild. The flippers are perfect on it. They're perfect enough for home use. If it was going to go onto a location, I would have recommended rebuilding them, putting new links and everything in it. But since it's going to be in a home, and it's probably going to get, you know, only a few thousand more plays out of it. Trust me, that's a lot. My Beatles, I bought that brand new, and that's probably got 400 plays on it, and I've owned it for 3 years now. So these things, this game will get a lot of play on it right away. Everybody will want to play it for a while, and then the novelty wears off, and then it doesn't get played for a while. And I believe that's one reason why I'm working on it, because it kind of stopped getting played, and I'm believing that is one reason why the computer might have failed. But I don't know. Did you guys know anything about the batteries in a computer, or did you not know about them? So I don't think a lot of people do know about the batteries. Anyways, in these games, let's zoom this back out. I'll go into my little screen. In these games, in the head, they used to use 3 AA batteries. And that kept the memory alive for the high scores and the game settings. So what that would do, every time you'd shut it off and then turn it back on, if there was credits in it, they would still stay there. Or okay, yeah, you probably didn't, because I imagine if you did know, you would have took them out. Anyways, the batteries hold the high scores, any credits left in the game, game settings, if it's on 3-ball or 5-ball. And by the way, this computer has one of the most complicated game menus of all time. For setting games, it was a pain to get the thing back set properly after the rebuild, because it had fresh everything put into it. So for me to get it back up and running correctly was a pain in the butt. So anyways, the batteries hold the memory for all that. Your one of your chips, as long as the chips has power to it, which is held by 3 AA batteries, it will retain all that information. Now when the batteries go dead, that chip will go dead, and it will forget all your game settings. So, well, I got to solder that together. So when we when the batteries go dead, you lose all that. Is this my computer? So when the batteries go dead, you lose all that information. So what most people don't know that do buy these games or get these games is that there are batteries in there, and we all know what old batteries do. They end up leaking after a while, which is no good at all. Right here. They leak for a while, and then what they do is when they leak, they will drain, they'll drip down the computer board like that. And all that alkaline It just gets into every little chip, and it branches out like that, and it will just keep going all over the whole board and just eat everything in its path. It will destroy everything. This game right here, it didn't destroy everything, but it's just over the years, the chip sockets that this thing used, it destroyed them just from them being old. It made them unreliable. But everything that was underneath the battery, down like that, got affected by the battery acids. So there were some chips that were destroyed because of it, and a bunch of connectors. So I had my guy that rebuilds them. He resocketed all the chips because they had this really super bad design from the factory that were just known to fail after years. So he put all new sockets in them. He put all the connectors that connect the two boards together. Those were replaced. It was just, and then the board was upgraded to System 4. This is a System 3 game, a Williams System 3, and it was upgraded to System 4. So which makes it a little more reliable. So anyways, yeah, that's what the batteries do. Now, since the batteries were bad, I had removed it. Well, when he rebuilt the board, he got rid of all the alkaline damage. Let me see if I can find that video for you guys. He cleaned all the battery damage and then rebuilt the board. This board was bad. Here we go. Let me see if I can find the video so you guys can see how bad this board was. It was in his computers. It is nothing. The customers, there was nothing that they did or they could have changed unless they knew that this thing had batteries in it. If they knew it had batteries in it, they could have pulled them out and it would have worked. Here we go. But as you guys didn't know it had batteries in it, I myself didn't know for years that pinball machines had batteries in it. So if somebody would have gave me a pinball machine, I would have never known that it had batteries in it. And I probably would have went through the same thing you guys did where the board got destroyed. Oh, come on. My computer's just taking its time. Copy. Come on. Copy. So anyways, the board's been rebuilt. It's bulletproof now. And it works perfectly. And hopefully there should be the link right there. So anyways, with that long story, the board is back up in perfect working condition. And we got a working game out of it. Put that there. Well, I'll put them there. I figured since I'm taking this apart, I might as well put new bulbs in it right away. I don't want that one. There we go. I gotta put a bulb in there. So since I'm this far, might as well just go right in here and put a bulb in it. There. That's done. Now we're going to take this, put this back like that, Get that locked back down. Come on, what are you messing with me for? Come on. There we go. Alright. You can see these are loose from the factory. I don't know why they would put them in there loose. I guess just the tolerances of banging around. Alright. So now we got this coil. And there goes the coil sleeve. And that's garbage. Okay, there's my soldering. Gonna come all the way over here. So now we need to put these wires on exactly in the same spots. Come on. Here we go. That wire's kind of nasty. Do we have enough to go? Yes. So what we're going to do is I'm going to cut that off. We're going to clean up the end and give it a new end. So it's just got a little bit better connection. So we'll take it there. And that is that link I put up there for Chris Hebler. I don't know if it's Hebler or Hebler. He's the guy who rebuilt the boards. He's done a couple for me now. He's done the Lucky 7, and he's rebuilt my what do you call it? My Hurricane board. There. Alright. I don't think we're going to get too far on this game tonight because it is 6:30 and I'm not making a marathon thing on this tonight. I'm going to rebuild the whole game. But as you can see, it does take time. And it's a 4001. That's a 4007. And these are one way. So let's cut a little bit of leg off here, half off here, and half off here. I think we'll build this last unit, and then we will go and do one more thing, and then we will be a done night of it. And thus we will put a little stone in your heart. We will tin at the end. And it gets hot when you apply heat to it. Okay, ouch! Let's get my tweezers, that's what I bought it for. Snip, 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 snip. It's got a little grabby end on it where I can grab things. Alright. So we are like that. So now we're going to take these ends off. These are decent on here. those. Come on. I should clean it, I guess. Ouch. Like I said, I bought a tool to do this. Use it. And then this, we will bend like that. This is the diode. Like I said, this is, lets the current go one way. This I am not touching. I know how hot that's going to get. Let's clean that off. A little solder on there. All right. And that. There. There we go. We got the correct coil on there now. Yeah, pick up my tools. We got the correct coil on there. Now it will do the Scooby-Doo action and move as intended. We got a new diode on there. This will go in my pile over there. Like I said, the diode lets electricity move one way, not the other. I don't know if we can show it on here. What was that clunk noise? Diode test. Yeah, we can't show it on here. But let's do this. We can show it on this one, because this one's not in a circuit anymore. You can see it's got open lead right now, which is OL. And are we in diode test? No. That's ohms. That was diode test. Okay. That's diode test. That way, and then this way. Alright. Am I testing it right? Or is that a bad diode? That could be a bad diode right there too. Oh, okay, let me do this. I forgot these are still connected no matter what. That's why. Let's just do this. We'll cut the diode off partially. There. Alright, we got the diode cut off. Now we will do a test on it. in there. It's the power is running one way, but then you reverse the leads. If the diode is good, we won't have any power running. See how it's not running right now? It just says OL. Now when I flip these leads around the other way, it lets the power run through. There we go. Power's running through because it's a one-way street. And then now we are not having power run through. And that's how a diode works. And here it's working different because they're still connected. But as the power is coming through this wire, it's not letting it back feed through this wire. And that's where the diode is stopping it. This is still connected here. It's not letting these connect directly now. So it won't let it back feed through. It's science. I don't know any other way to explain it. I know it works. And that's about it. I'm not no electronic expert. I don't know claim to be, but I know what the diode does. It's a one-way street. It allows the current to go this way, but not that way. So you put the diode in it, and you won't get any false firings or any thingamabob doohickeys going on that shouldn't be happening. I think we'll do one more because it's 6:30-ish, and by the time we get done with the next one, we will be at 2 hours. Let's do one flipper. Can we see the flippers? Yes, we can. Okay, we're going to do one flipper. And these flippers are a little pain in the butt. I forgot to do something. The flippers are a little pain in the butt because the way they are built. This lets me know that this has been rebuilt, that's been rebuilt, and that's been rebuilt. So I don't go by and rebuild them again. Because trust me, I have taken mechs apart days later and have done that. So let's do this one because it's close. I don't know how close we're going to get. Trying to make my camera go slow. Yeah, I guess that's about it. We're going to take the clip off here. And that is gross. I guess we don't need a soldering iron anymore. I can turn that off so I don't burn myself. Let's put the naphtha. Get this clip clean. This clip's got a little layer of grease on it too. We're going to put our parts over there out of the way. Washer. See, this doesn't have to be greased here either. It's just greased because it got greased at one time. Now what I have to do is I have to take this mech off because in order to get these two screws out right here, can you see them? No, you can't. I'm just going to have to leave it like that. To get these screws out, there's nuts behind them. So to me, it's just easier for me just to remove the whole assembly. Let's get my other bits too. I don't know why I'm not using them. this long one. I can squirrel in there easier. Alright, those are out of my way. Now what we can do is we can lift this up and off. This will come right out. We'll put that over there. And see, we got right here, we got 2 nuts on there. But we had to get the plunger off because you can see right here the screws are blocking it. So we're just going to go from the front here. Since we got the plunger off and out of the way now. The only thing I'm doing on this is replacing the coil sleeve and cleaning it off. Hopefully, and good. It's not melted on. Original coil sleeves. Metal. So those are going bye-bye. And this, like I said, this does not, we don't have to clean the coils off. It is not doing anything to improve the machine in any function. It's just making it look pretty. So like I said, you pop the hood and it just looks better. That's why I vacuum out the machines too. You don't need to vacuum all out. You know, it's just, it looks better. It's just, you know, some pride, you know. Alright. I wonder if that W stands for Williams. It could be. Or maybe that W that's on there is really M for Mark's Basement Arcade. There's a link. Please subscribe. I'd appreciate it. If you like watching these videos, or if you have a machine that needs to get rebuilt, I have tons of videos. I probably got close to 300 if I don't have 300 yet. Videos on rebuilding the machines. Brand new coil sleeve. Let's slap that baby right in there. And slap that on there. Slap that on there. We will take our screws. Is this magnetized? I believe it is. And we will fall apart. Another note about this machine. You notice these orange coils? These are original coils. Now you're like, Mark, those coils are 40-something years old. Yes, they are. And there's nothing wrong with them. Coils work or they don't work. That's how they are. There's no need to replace them if they're doing the thing. But Mark, my flippers are weak. We'll get over that in a minute. The chances are it has nothing to do with your coil. Alright. The bushings are good. The bushing, there's this white part on here that goes through the playfield. That's the flipper bushing. They're perfect. Those usually never ever need to be replaced, but they do come with new flippers. But like I said, we are not rebuilding these flippers, but we are putting new sleeves in order to make them work correctly. And man, these things are greasy. Somebody's like, I had weak flippers. And then the route owner is like, okay, I'll come and fix the machine. And he sprayed a little grease on them. And then they worked. And all he really had to do was clean off the plungers and put new sleeves in. Which happens. I get a lot of machines. I just did one The guy had it since the 70s, so it was routed for its part of life, and then after it was routed, he had bought it from my guy who bought it from their router, and it was cleaned up, and he's had it ever since. And there was no maintenance done to it, and he's never done anything to it, but yet there was still grease on parts of the machine. And that's because when it was routed, it was getting a little iffy on certain things, so they just threw a little grease in it. And that's why these machines were not designed to last forever. They just did because they were overbuilt. They didn't think that nobody'd want them. Let's just clean that off, give that a little polish, make it pretty. It's not needed, but it makes it pretty. They didn't care. Like I said, they just slapped them together and they made them work. So anyways, yeah, his machine had grease in it too in weird spots. And that machine was cleaned and pretty again. So anyways, if anybody doesn't know me, I am Mark from Mark's Basement Arcade. I am on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And please subscribe to me if you are into EM repair or solid state repair. I have a Sorcerer, a Williams Sorcerer, that I did a playfield swap on that will eventually be on the channel. So if you're interested in seeing how to remove all this and put it onto a new hunk of wood, check that out. Alright, now this link, it goes on this way or it goes on that way. It doesn't matter. I'm going to put it on that way because that's originally how it was wore. That will go back into here. That will go back onto like that. And then back to its original holes. Now my screwdriver, people are like, that's electric screwdriver. As you can see, it's barely moving. This is a gyro screwdriver. The more I turn it, the more it turns. So that's why I'm not afraid of using it on wood. So I can get it to a very perfect tolerance. So I've been so used to using it. And that's why I specifically went with this gyro screwdriver. Plus I like Euros. See how that just stopped? If I would have cranked it more with my wrist, I would have just stripped it right out of the wood. But then I could fix that though. A little snug. A snug. A snug. Remember, it's hugs. It's snugs, not drugs. Or hugs. Alright, we got that like that. We'll take this washer, put the washer back on, put the clip back on, which holds it together. And the blue marker. It lets me know I rebuilt it, so when I come back to it, I don't rebuild it again. Like I said, I've taken them apart. That one's a little... That ain't bad. But this one's got the new sleeve in it, and it's ready to go. The only thing we need to do is clean up this EOS switch. EOS is end of stroke. This is when you hit your flipper And that is opening up a little bit too soon for me. Coils, there's 2 coils in each one of these coils. Think of it that way. There's the hard-hitting one when you first hit the flipper like that. That first hard-hitting one, that's your hard-hitting one that makes the ball fly as hard as possible. Let's get that back out all the way. So you got that first hit where you smack the ball all the way up to playfield. Now when a ball comes down here and you want to cradle it, that's where the second coil comes into play. If you just had this first coil and you held the button, the flipper button, this coil would overheat and melt itself and start a fire. So what we're going to do is they invented the end of stroke switch. When this opens up, it goes to a different part of the coil and engages a coil that doesn't have a lot of juice. So if this was opened all the time, this flipper would barely get that ball up the playfield. So by going with that, opening this up, it engages the second coil, which is a little weaker, but it's enough to hold the flipper up and not melt itself down. So I want to see this opening up right at the end, not that close. So we're going to make these flippers as super strong as possible, all the way up to the end. So we're going to bend this back a little bit. And I want this to open up at the very last minute. That's too much. Yeah, gotta get a little bit out of that. Yeah, it should be good. How is this one? Yeah, look at that. This one right here is getting half a flipper switch. The flipper is moving halfway. It's opened up already, and it's got the almost other half to go. So 75% of the way, it's losing the strength that it has. Where is half? There. It's about half right there. So just after half, this is opening up and we're losing flipper strength already. So on this one, we're right at the end and opening up. So this one's going to be hitting real super hard, and this one is going to lose most of its oomph halfway through. So this one's adjusted good now. And the only way to tell if it's really adjusted good is by once the game is going. I might have to open it up a little bit. I think I will open it just a little bit. I think that'll be good. Yeah. Yeah, I like to adjust due to very last final adjustment when I can plug the game in and hit it. So then I can see exactly where it's pulling. But it's got a good gap on there. And it's right at the end where we want it. So this is going to be very powerful right up into the last little bit where it can't be powerful anymore. So I think that's it for tonight. I've been on this almost 2 hours. It says I've been streaming for 1 hour 55 minutes, and usually that first 5 minutes I just have the stream going where it's just letting people know that we got a stream coming up. I should take all my tools off of here, make sure my napkin is cleared off, put this bulb back. I'm going to order new bulb sockets for this game tonight. Actually, let's not. I'm going to be working on this during the week. And just in case one of these coils are bad. This one's been replaced at one time. 2 have been replaced on this game. This one and this one have been replaced. And I don't see any. These ones are good because we took them apart and the sleeves came out. I'm just worried about sleeves not coming out. That one spins. That one spins. That one spins. This is a G23 750 DC. Yeah, those are oddball ones. I don't even stock. Let me see. I'm going to gamble on it, though. I think I'm just going to order the sockets. Yeah, I don't stock any of those. Oh, I do got another brand new one, too. I got two brand new ones. I got 2 more brand new ones. Well, no, 1 brand new one and 2 used ones. I'm going to put money on that these... Well, I know these 2 sleeves spin, so I'm not worried about these 2. I kind of worried about these. I shouldn't be too worried because they are working. But why was this one replaced? That makes me wonder, was that replaced on accident because they didn't know, or did it really fail? So I don't know why that one was replaced. Those fit in there all differently too, which is weird. So I think we're going to go on that and just hope that these are free. Well, you know what? I have till Monday to put in an order. So you know what? I'll probably take these apart tomorrow. Maybe we'll stream the same stream tomorrow. Oh yeah. Hey, no problem. At least you're getting some real time to see exactly how long it takes to work on this stuff. It's, as you can see, how much I've been disassembling. Yes, it goes a little faster when I'm not talking about doing all this and I just do it. I'll usually turn my jukebox on and just jam on some tunes, and I'll just work on it by myself. And then I can go a little faster. I would have got further on this game, but like I said, with these sockets being all bad, I only can go so far on it, and then I have to order parts. But I'll get back to you about that too. Like I said, I'm just going to replace these certain sockets just because they're all falling apart, and I'm afraid in a year or so the rest are gonna fall apart, because I've never seen so many fail at one time before. This is just crazy how so many of these have failed. So I'm thinking these was a bad batch or something. So they're all loose, except for a couple are still like perfect, but who knows how long those are gonna last. So I think it'd be better just on these certain sockets right here, just put all brand new ones in them and we'll be done. But everything else is perfect on this game. I got more lamp sockets there if I need them. Otherwise, I'll flip this over and everybody can see how far I tore the game apart. There. Like I said, this is the only way I can clean a game. I take these rubbers off. Look at that. That's how old these rubbers are. They're still shaped like the flipper. They shouldn't be shaped like that. I'll show you what a new one looks like. There's a brand new one. That's what it should be shaped like. See how it's all bouncy? And these are still shaped like the flippers. That's just nasty. So yeah, these don't have any more oomph to them anymore. But at least we know that's fixed. That one's fixed, so these are garbage. I'll put this back in here. So yeah, we got some brand new rubbers and others are in a bag here. So yeah, we have to strip this whole playfield down, which we'll be using a product called Novus 2. I don't know if I can do a little spot where we, right here. Let's do a little spot right there real quick. This is called Novus 2. It's a fine scratch remover and a polish. And that we will go over it. And I don't know if you're going to see anything on camera, any difference, but you can see how it pulled up dirt already. Did you see this shine? It's got more of a shine now. There. I don't know if you can really tell for the shine wise on it. I'm trying to like lift it there. It's got more of a shine. Real value right here. You can see how it's just dull. How it doesn't do anything. Put a little pile there. And I have to do this over the whole game. So you can see how much I'm doing in just one little area. I have to do the whole playfield like this. And I'm not doing it lightly either. I'm actually doing a lot of scrubbing. Dirt. It's dirty. It's ground in there good. I can feel it. I'll float it on the top a little bit. There we go. Now I can feel it because it's getting smooth. As it takes off the old stuff, it gets smoother when you get over it again. There we go. Oh, I can feel it. Oh yeah. And then after that, then we put a wax on it. And there. You can see the shine on it now. And then once we put the wax on it, yes, that's exactly, you get the color pop out of it more. I wish you could feel it now too. Right here you can feel, well, you can't feel. I don't know if you can hear that. There, now my machine's done. You can feel that roughness. And then right here, nothing. Right here, where I wax, nothing. But yeah, all up in here, it's, you can see there's no shine at all, absolutely. It's just dull. But where I went right here and here, it's brighter, a little more colorful, and it's got a shine to it. But yeah, Look at that. It looks nice. So yeah, it's going to pop out good. And then once the plastics are clean, I can show you a little bit on the plastic. I can get this out of the way. I don't need that anymore. And now plastic is another product, which is called Novus 1. Here's a plastic. You can just see how dirty it is. This is called Novus 1. And this, it looks like kind of milky water almost. It's like milky water. And then that. Ugh. That colored up right away. It's pulled a lot of dirt off. So yeah, all the plastics, I have to do this all by hand. I'll be redoing this one because my hand's dirty. But this is a very ultra fine polish. If you know anybody who owns a Harley Davidson, chances are they have Novus 1 and Novus 2 at home. And there's the plastic. See, I just polished the girl. And there's the part I didn't polish. There, you can see the pop right away. You can actually see the brake line right here where I stopped. It's there. There you go. That's the difference. Now just imagine all your plastics like that. Look how much more colorful it is right away. So that's going to look good right there. That goes right there. So yeah, it's going to be pretty. It's going to be all nice and clean again. But yeah, look at that. And dirty. No, I'm still looking. I am still looking for this piece. If I can find it, what I'm going to do is these bulbs right here, I'm going to put LEDs. I'm going to put a colored frosted LED, and it will hide it a little bit, and it'll be more protected against the balls. But I don't know. I've been looking. I've been looking all over. I have a friend that just bought one of these, and it had the boards were shot like yours were, and I'm like, dude, can I get that centerpiece? And he's like, no, I'm putting brand new boards in it. I'm like, man. I'm like, I need this right here. Just give me this, sell me that. And he's like, I'll sell you that for $800. I'm like, no, that's all right, because that's what I'm going to sell the machine for. I'm like, nope, I'm not paying $800 for one piece of plastic. And he goes, but you get a whole new machine with it. But no. So yeah, I'm still looking. I still got people looking for it. I don't know if we're going to find one or not. But if you can find that one, there's people, I know a couple people you can send it to, and they'll make you a brand new one. So, or they can make me a brand new one. Either way, if you can find that old one wherever you got it, they can, as long as they got it, they can reproduce it. The closest thing I can do is try to just make a clear piece of plastic for it, but I don't know how pretty that's going to look either. But yeah, I'm still looking. I still got my ears out, you know. I tell a couple people, you know, to tear apart machines and part them out. I need that. So we'll see. I gotta put a new sleeve on this one too. This will get new too. So anyways, yeah, this is what I do, everybody, to machines. So if you're interested in this stuff, here's my page right there. And that's my page. Man, my hands are filthy. Not too bad though. My thumbs are nasty though. But yeah, that's what I do. Boys, this got horrible light here. I tear them apart like this. Normally I would have took the flippers off, but since I wasn't rebuilding them and they're in good shape, there's no reason to actually remove the flippers from the playfield. I can clean underneath them. I can clean the flippers on there. But if I was rebuilding them completely, they would come off. But there was no reason to take them off. I'll polish up all the chrome that goes on here. All these old bulbs I leave on right now. And then when I get done waxing and cleaning, then I pull the bulbs out and I put brand new bulbs in. Because these bulbs right now are protecting the original sockets. The good sockets that are on a playfield. These are protecting them. If I take the bulbs out and then I start waxing and cleaning it, I'm going to get all that cleaning stuff and dirt and debris in the sockets, and I don't want that. So I leave the original bulbs in till I'm done, and then once I'm done I pull the bulbs out and then I put all brand new bulbs in. So, and like I said, the pop bumpers, those will be LED bulbs because they last longer. They will not break from the constant banging of the solenoids. They look just as good. They will be Comet LEDs because Comet is the best place to buy your LEDs from. And I guess that's about it. Anybody got any questions for me? That's a Baywatch back there. If anybody's interested, that's not mine. That belongs to the Midwest Gaming Classic, which is right there. If anybody wants to check that out, everything you need to know about MGC is right there. If you go, every game that will be there will be on free play. And I know, if you know anything about the pinball world, there is new games being released, and maybe some of those will be there. I don't know, but I know Godzilla by Stern was just released. I'm only assuming that there might be one there. There might not be one there. But if you go to Midwest Gaming Classic on Facebook and follow them, you will get updates on everything. American Pinball is coming out with a new machine. I don't know what the title is or anything really about it. I heard that it's possibly an original title, which is kind of like this Lucky 7. This is the original title. It's not Mickey Mouse or Bugs Bunny or Baywatch or like my Beatles. This is original. It's called original title because it was just made as Lucky 7, kind of like my Hurricane. But when you start getting into Baywatch, that's all copyrighted. Godzilla's copyrighted. Rick and Morty is copyrighted. Stuff like that. And I heard that American Pinball is possibly going to be original game, which is good because they can put more into it and you can get more out of it without paying extra just for a license. But like, let's say if this Lucky 7 was ever released again, then that would be called a licensed game. Chicago Gaming Company, if you know anything about Chicago Gaming Company, they've been remaking games which are licensed games by Williams. They made Monster Bash. That's a old game that they brought back to life and remade. And I heard Addams Family might be a new release for them. Re-release, and then that'd be a licensed game. But anyways, yeah, if anybody knows anybody who's parting one of these out, I need this center plastic right here. Message me. We'll get together. I need this plastic. The people who own this game really want this plastic bad back here. It will look better with that nice colorful plastic right there. But I guess anyways, that's about it. I guess everybody take care. I just gotta do that. And tomorrow, 2 p.m. Central Time, I'll be back. I don't know if we're gonna do this again or if we're going to do it a Spanish Eyes. We will probably do it a Spanish Eyes because my Sunday stream has always been dedicated to games for MGC. So this one I'll just keep continuing probably to work on at night during my own time. And then that will be my usual Sunday stream. But I don't know, I might come back to this. I don't know. You'll find out tomorrow if you click in at 2 p.m. Central Time on tvMGC. So anyways, that's about it. Later all. Take care. And I guess that's about it. Later.